Hey folks, what's here? Welcome back, another Paul Masters video, and today we're gonna look at Elio and Popplio's kit, right? And again, shout out to Absolutely for the stats, numbers, all that stuff, right? And Elio is actually pretty interesting of a unit, honestly. I find it's a really interesting sync pair, right? So let's go over it. So it is, to start, a support, right? Water type support, weak to grass. And again, at the start it has water gun, which it gets rid of after you evolve it later on. So again, we're also not going to really look too much into either Popplio or Brionne's stat. Let's just straight up just get to Primarina, right? And Primarina, in terms of stats, right, to start, at level 130, you got 575 HP, which is good, but not, anything like crazy for like a tank. But again, you'll have to see the defenses, right? 224 attack, which is pointless. 211 defense, and 266 special attack, which is actually not bad. And then you also have 248 special defense. So solid defenses, solid HP, solid special attack, and then 221 on speed, which is not very good. Speed is definitely the hindrance over here, right? Moving on to its actually, let's talk about the moves first. So moving on to the moves, right? You got sparkling area. I actually do not know how to pronounce this word. Actually, you know what? Let me Google it. How to pronounce Aria? Sparkling Aria? Whatever. Okay. That's probably not right ever either. But yeah. Obviously the signature move over here, which it's an AoE, 100 power, 100% accuracy, water type, right? Doesn't really do anything else. X special defense all, which is X special defense all. And then you got Sing, which is a 1 gauge sleep move that has 45% accuracy, which is obviously very low. Single target. Obviously sleep is incredibly busted in this game. However, Sing also 45 accuracy, right? So you definitely would need Troublemaker for Elio if you want to make it much more useful, right? And they got the train move, which is called We've Got Tricks, which raises the speed of all allied sync pairs, uses a maximum of 3 slots of the user's move gauge based on the amount used. This move raises all allied sync pairs' attack and special attack by up to 4 stat ranks, which is a good trainer move. Well, I wouldn't say it's like great, but it's okay, right? Unfortunately, it only has 1 MP, so you won't be maxing out your whole team's attack and special attack. And the other sad part is it's only +1 speed, so you're only getting like +1 speed off of your training move over there, right? Although the grid does kind of fix it. But yeah, anyways, the sync move is nothing. It's just a regular sync move, right? Name is just Sunshine, no Oceanic. It's obviously based on off of the Z move, right? So that's the 6REX outfit, which I actually kind of I you know what, I'm kind of mixed. I really like the colors on like the backpack and the little pink that it has on the hat. I'm not a huge fan of these. I like blue stripes. I don't think these blue stripes are like super great together, but I do definitely like the backpack colors, right? So moving on to the passives, we got Propelling Move 5, 6% chance of raising your move gauge by 1 when you use a move, which is nice, right? And then you got First Aid 4, which is great, right? And then you got Team Inflict and Heal 3, has a 40% chance of healing all your sync sync pairs HP and status when you use a move, right? So 40% chance to heal your team and get rid of statuses when a status or actually no. Oh, never mind. Okay. This is my like fifth video already. I am having some difficulties reading. I'm sorry. 40% chance of healing HP when a status move that you use is successful, which in this case is Sing, right? So if you land your Sing you get a 40% chance to heal your whole team, which is really nice because being single target, you will be using it a lot, right? So yeah, that's definitely nice. Got the theme skills over there, a little support, main character support, nature lover support. And let's get to the sync grid, because a lot of the things actually do come from its sync grid. I mean, its base kit's not bad, right? Its base kit's definitely nice. I mean, it's definitely better than, I'd say, Ramos and Gengar in terms of sleep units. Obviously, Serena does kind of outclass Elio over here with the AOE in terms of sleep, right? But the Sing also does have the upside of only being 1 gauge, although Elio is kind of slow. Right, and you only get like +1 speed for your whole team, unfortunately, but it's still nice, right? It's still nice. Anyways, moving on to the sync grid. We got some stuff. We got some stats here and there, right? Powers are 4, no one cares. Power up for your damaging move gauge refresh 2, unfortunately, again. And then you got like your sync grid is basically like building around like giving additional effects to Sparkling Aria, right? So first of all, you get Mind Games 4, a 50% chance of lowering the target's special defense when your move is successful, right? Which again, it is AOE, so that's nice. And then you got Team Sync Cure 9, removes all status conditions from your whole team after using a sync move. And then you got Unbending. After that, Good Nightmare 3, extra 30% damage power up when the opponent is asleep. Move gauge refresh 1 for Sync, but then again, it is a 1 gauge move. Although there has been other 1 gauge moves that have better move gauge refreshes, but it's okay. Impatient 1, 20% chance of reducing your sync move countdown by 1 when you're hit by an attack move. Defense Crush 4 on Sparkling Area. So you got Mind Games 4 and Defense Crush 4, right? If you pick them both up, you have a 50% chance of lowering both, or 50% chance on either of them, right? For a defense or special defense debuff, which is nice. And then you got Haste, your speed can't be lowered. You got MP Refresh 1 for We've Got Tricks. Okay. Unfortunately. This one does kind of hurt in comparison to like the Celine one, because again, this trainer move would be beneficial to use like multiple times, right? If it's only even if it's just for like the extra speed buffs, although it's not like that big of a deal if you do pick up like another like node afterwards, but it'll be nice to max out your whole team's attack and special attack, right, from that. Then you got Trip Up 4, 50% chance of lowering the opponent's speed when you use Sparkling Area. Then you get Sentry Entry 1. Raises your defense by 1, you enter the battle. Team Fast Track 4, which is the one that I mentioned before, right? Much better chance of getting a getting your team's speed up than the MP Refresh 1 on your trainer move. So yeah, again, a 50% chance of raising the speed of all of your allied sync pairs when you use that move, right? And then X Special Defense all MP Refresh 2, unfortunately. It looks like we're getting a month of MP Refresh 2s. Is what it is, I guess. Quick Cure removes, obviously, Confuse, Flinch, Trapped once during battle. Team Crit Nightmare 3 has a 40% chance of raising the crit of all allied sync pairs when an attack move is successful against an opponent that is asleep. Which is... It sounds nice in theory. This Team Critical Nightmare 3, I do think it's... In practice, it won't be like as good, because if you think about like the logistics of it, right? First of all, you have to put something to sleep. You have to put something to sleep first, and then you have to attack that unit. And the thing with Elio is, since it's not like, unlike Serena, it's not AoE sleep, it's like single target sleep. Most of the time, you'll have to be, singing one unit, then singing the next one, and then singing the next one, then coming back to sing the other one that already, woke up, right? So you really won't have too many opportunities to be like hitting them while they're asleep, unless you're not going for that, which then really devalues your sleep a lot, because like the really broken thing about sleep is you could sleep your whole opponent's team and they just will not attack you. You take 0 damage. They're not attacking you. And then the downside over here is like you have to attack them, which in that case you're just leaving opponents awake. And if you have one opponent awake, well then your sleep you're gonna take damage again. Big thing with sleep is you're not taking damage. So, which also conflicts with all the other stuff that Sparkling Aria does, right? whether it's the defensive debuffs, the speed debuffs, the speed buffs, right? Which again on paper looks really really good, but in practice again you will just have to be like sleeping a lot of, or trying to sleep a lot of opponents' units where it just won't. You just don't have time to use it. You don't have time to use it because putting your opponent to sleep is just so much more powerful than whatever else this guy does, right? Which is kind of sad. Unless again, if you're not using him as like a sleep unit, if you think you could beat the stage, without sleeping the opponent, then you got some really really good stuff here, right? The other slight thing about that is, also again in terms of logistics, right? Because you want your crit buff for your team to be +3 before you sync, so you could get crit on sync, right? That's the big thing here. And when you're looking at it, so your first turn you have to put the opponent to sleep, right? Second turn you have to hit them. But then on the other hand, well, are you doing that first to try to get like crit buffs for your team, or are you using the trainer move first so you get double dual attack buffs for your team plus speed, or are you using X special defense all for your team so you don't get like obliterated? And then that just becomes a bit more complicated because, for example, if you want to use your trainer move to buff your team's attack, right? Then the process becomes you buff your team's attack, then you sing, put someone to sleep, and then you attack that unit and then hope that 40% triggers. By then, you'll only have +1 crit for your whole team, which would be good if you are running units that give themselves +2 crit. There are a lot of units that give themselves, only +2 crit and not +3. So that would be nice. But this is, Elio, Critical Nightmare is definitely not the solution for a unit that just has no crit buffs at all, right? Or if you're not running another support that buffs crit. So I do think if you're running it to support a unit that needs crit, I think it's probably safer if you like bring another unit that also buffs crit. Like, it doesn't have to be, even something that buffs it to the max, like a Sabrina or Meganium or Hilbert or whatever, right? You could bring something like a Torchic, give it +2 on Torchic, and then go for that 40% on yours, so you can max that out, right? So you do have some flexibility with it, but I don't think this is going to be the end all be all. Like, you're just going to rely on this thing to max out your whole team's crit. Again, it can happen. It's just not realistic, right? Because again, if you keep thinking about it, right? Even if you say, well, okay, my first sync, I'm going to sync with support. It doesn't matter if they crit or not, which is fine, right? And then you move into the second, sync move cycle, right? After that, probably the opponent unit is already awake. Then you have to put it to sleep again. That's another turn. And then you have to obviously attack them again. Maybe you get 2 off of there, and then maybe out of those you get 1, so you get +2 before your second sync, +2 crit on before your second sync, which then again, that's not very good because that's only a 50% chance for crit. Because by the time you get your second sync, I would hope you'd try to be doing some damage to your sync, right? Again, the first sync, if you don't do damage, not a big deal. But the second sync, you probably want to do some damage, right? So, again, it's good as a supplemental crit buff, but I wouldn't really, rely on it to get, your +0 crit damage dealer to all the way to +3 crit, right? So, on top of that, or not on top of that, to end it off, we got 2 sync move buffs, which is obviously standard for every single unit. So yeah, Elio Primarina, again, a lot of complexities with this unit, right, in terms of how you're going to use them, when are you going to use each move. So it is definitely a really complicated sport, which I personally do enjoy. I really like its kit a lot. It just really comes down to when are you going to sing, when are you going to use Sparkling Area, right? When are you going to use your trainer move, which, again, all these are important things that you have to, sort of figure out by yourself, right, in terms of when each one of these moves is most appropriate to use, right? Also some solid damage as well, right? So that's always nice to have. So, yeah, anyways, that's me with this one. I guys hope you guys enjoy. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video, start my channel for some more Poem Masters content. And last video we're going to go over after this one, obviously, the Rayquaza and Leaf Synchro expansion. So tune in for that one. That should be fun. And hopefully this video doesn't take a billion hours to upload, because YouTube now has this new thing that makes it really really slow to upload videos. They have to content check your stuff to make sure, like, dude, I'm just uploading like Pokemon game videos. Like, I don't know why it's taking them so long to check my videos, but yeah, anyways, hopefully it doesn't take that long, and I'll see you guys in the next one.